Hey guys, today we are cleaning out a Maytag Quiet Series 300 dishwasher. We're just going to clean the filter, and we're hoping that when we do that, the dishwasher will just clean better and more efficiently. We've been getting a lot of leftover food and residue on our dishes lately, so hopefully we'll open it up, take some things out, give her a clean, and we won't have any problems. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open it up, and we're going to have to take out the top and the bottom racks here. Slide out here. Okay, so this dishwasher has these little tabs here that keep the top rack in. So now I can slide it out, but it comes out with these rails on it still. And it had these little clips in there, so I just had to push down a little bit on it and pull it out so that I could free it, so I could pull the whole upper rack out. Okay, so now we need to take some things off down here. I'm going to move you in for a little bit of a closer look. Alright guys, I did get a little lucky here and I found this piece. This is a star bit, and I'm going to attach this to my screwdriver. I'm going to take out what I need to down there in the bottom. It comes out nice and easy, like so. Got one back here. So we had 3 of these longer ones to take out. So to get the spinner off, you got to get this little nut off the top, and it's going to help to have a pair of pliers because you may not be able to just get it by hand. So I'm going to grab it. There we go. Now it's coming by hand. Pretty easy. Now I'm just going to take the spinner off. So look at that. Right when I take the spinner off, I've got some weird, nasty gunk there. So I can already tell cleaning down in here is going to help a lot. Okay, so before we get in here and clean out below, we need to take off about 6 more of these star heads. My drill just barely reaches down in here, but it looks like I can get them. Now these are slightly different than the other, so just be aware that they are both the same star bit fitting, but they're different lengths, so make sure you're aware of that when you go to put them back in. So I'm going to go ahead and go around a circle here and take out all 6. Okay, there's all 6 of them. Okay, so this top one is proving to be a little bit more difficult, so I'm just going to take a butter knife and actually just pop it out that way. Easy peasy, came right out like that. Okay, so this bottom part, this whole thing comes out of here. Alright guys, once you have that clip out, kind of push back towards the bottom here, and then the whole thing sort of slides out. Here towards the top, like in here, we got gunk to clean out of there. And now, since we already took all of these screws out, we can just lift this out right on out of here. See some gunk on the bottom of that we're going to clean. But here's the thing that y'all really need to see, and that is just how much gunk is in here and how nasty these filters look. And there's actually even a broken off part of the rack sitting here. Yeah, none of that stuff is helping. So we're going to give this thing a proper cleaning. You know, it was like this when we bought the house. We've already taken our 6 star bits out of this, so we can just pop it right off. But now what we're dealing with is 1 more star bit right here, okay? And what I found out is that it's actually a different size star bit than all the others. They like to make it a little difficult on us, don't they? See those 2? This size right here, that's the bigger size. This is the smaller size that fits this last piece right here between my thumb. This is it. You just need a smaller star bit. So I've got the right bit in here. Now I'm going to take this off. So you can see when I use it, this disc, this black disc spins freely, so it's not going to come out that way. So I'd advise you to put on some gloves or something like that. See if you can hold that thing down, because it'll spin on you and could cut your hand. So I was able to hold that disc in place so it didn't spin. I was able to get out that last little. Great. And so now guys, let's pop this off. Let's take this bad boy off. This is really what we've been working to get to. You just wiggle it a little bit, it comes loose. Lift it up here. Lift it up and out. Be careful when you pull this out. It looks like there's a clip right here for some wiring. I think y'all can probably see that. So you're going to want to be really careful when you're pulling it, trying to pull it up and out at first. Don't forget about this wiring. Now, because it's wet, it's a little slippery, so I'm having to wiggle it out. But there you go. Now this whole piece comes out. Now check that out. That really needs cleaned. So let's see what we can do. Oh my goodness, and underneath of that, ooh, look at all that stuff in there. That was underneath. Well, no wonder this thing ain't cleaning well. Alright guys, I put some gloves on because this is getting pretty nasty, even for me. So, and that's saying a lot. So, we're just trying to get some of this water out. We're gonna go ahead and squeeze the sponge out and then repeat the soaking process. Alright guys, the sponge was taking too long, so I got some old rags. Okay. Now it's time for this bigger piece. You can see we've got some tasty things right underneath of here. What do we have? Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alright guys, and now this is perhaps the most important piece of all. Really nasty stuff. So first thing we're gonna do is gonna take. So the idea is that if we run the water through the top of this filter, that'll push stuff out of here. Let's see if we can get that to work. When I run the water directly over it, it looks like a lot of it is getting broken up. Alright guys, so I actually didn't do this right at first. I actually could have pulled off the filter separate from the motor. There were 3 more screws in here that I needed to take out. And then I could just pop this right off so I didn't have to take the motor out at all. So there you go. Learn from my mistakes. I'm actually just using this toothpick that I found. Probably decide I'm going to just replace this part. I'm going to look for a replacement on the internet because there's a lot of gunk I can see in the filter that's just not really breaking off and coming out of this spout up here. And so I think it'd be good just to replace it because, I mean, who knows how long this gunk has been in here and what kind of buildup this is. But I was able to clean it out quite a bit still. And so until the new one gets in, I think this is going to perform a lot better because we've cleaned it. So yeah, you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Here you can just see there's like layers of film and gunk attached to that little screen, and there's really no good way to get inside of that screen. So I've been trying to break it up on the outside, but it's not working super effectively. So yeah, looks like it's maybe time for a new one of these. So on the motor here, I'm actually kind of glad I took it off because there was hair wrapped around this. So you guys can see, this is what it looked like a circle of hair wrapped around it, so that could definitely be affecting the performance. Alright guys, all we're going to do now is put it back together. Okay guys, you are going to want to make sure that this part right here lines up over this hole that's in the corner here. Okay, and then you should have everything just plop on, just fit on there just right. Okay, but look at it. Now you know that it's right because that's in the center. Okay. Oh no. Don't want to put it in there too tight. If you're using a drill, guys, be careful not to drill it back in too hard because this plastic stuff can break. I kind of cracked this middle piece right here. Okay. Put this on first. Let's get back in here. Forget about this little plastic nut that goes over top. Seems tight. And last, we've got to slide these back in here. Beautiful. And we got to take our clips. Don't forget about those. We got to clip them into the end here. Make sure the track is facing towards the inside of the dishwasher so that your wheels can go inside of it. I made the mistake of putting them on the wrong way. Come on, guys. And there you have it. She's back together. I'm going to run her and see how she does. Well, guys, it feels so good to be done with this project of cleaning out the dishwasher. My advice to you is to pay really close attention as you take it off. And that way, when you put it back on, you don't put things back on in the wrong order or miss a screw. I did this 2 or 3 times, and so I had to put things on, take things off. 2 or 3 times is kind of frustrating. So I hope this DIY video really can help you with that. Also, because I did this with a drill, and some of those pieces I'm drilling into are plastic, I cracked a couple plastic pieces. So I would actually almost recommend doing this by hand. If you do it by a drill, just be careful not to put too much pressure and force down in those inserts, because that plastic will crack, guys. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, but I'm so glad that I cleaned out our dishwasher. It had so much gunk in it, and I think it's going to do a much better job cleaning our dishes. So just ran a load. Let's check it out. How did it run? Looks like it ran pretty well. I'm not really seeing in any of the glasses. Not really seeing any like residue left over. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was so helpful. Y'all go eat on clean dishes and clean plates, and we'll see you in the next video.